Hey y'all, it's your girl Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron, and we are back with another episode of Galactic Gossip. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome in and go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you will not miss a beat on anything that I upload, the astro energy, the galactic gossip, the transits, all the things. Okay. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving? All that good stuff. I hope the last couple of weeks have been good to you. I know they were intense energies, a lot going on. Okay. So yes, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get these announcements out the way so then we can dive into the last week of November. We can talk about all of that good stuff. So really quick announcements. I do have the Celestial City, of course, it is open. Go ahead and hit that description box and get the link so you can join the membership where we have Reiki, monthly astrology readings, and so much more. Also on December 10th, I, House of Chiron, will be teaming up with Women Who Work, okay? And we are having our second annual Manifestivities party. So it's a manifestation vision board experience. So here you will get a workbook, you will get the proper planning tools so you can create your vision board on the winter solstice. Also, just kind of keep a lookout. We're going to be doing some videos together to talk about what the full experience will be. If you are here in Austin, Round Rock area, it will be here. It'll be an in-person experience. There is a virtual option as well, but go ahead and hit that description box and get your tickets. They are on sale right now. We have an early bird and we have a regular pricing and whatnot. And we also have a virtual option pricing. So the description box has that link in there. Go ahead and get your tickets. It will be December 10th at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I think. But yeah, either way, all the information, you can find it in the description box. So that's all the announcements that I have. So moving on, let's get into this week's energy. It's the last week. I'm going to cover the energy for November 28th all the way through December 4th, but I will get more in detail for the December energy on next week's. So talking about the new moon solar eclipse that's happening in Sagittarius on December 4th, I will talk about that in our next one. So just keep that in mind. I'm just going to wrap up the last couple of days of November, and then next week's report will be the beginning of December. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this week's energy. And talking about this week, it's going to really, the transits is going to provide insight to where we are going and what we are attempting to build for our futures. This is probably, considering what we've experienced for the month of November, this last week is pretty chill, less chaotic, so it's like kind of leading into the December energy. But starting off the week, we have the Cazimi between the Sun and Mercury. And, that's going to bring us the insight and the clarity that we need. And then we're also having our passions kind of fueled by that sultry vibe that Mars and Neptune brings, because they're going to be making some, a trine, right? So that is going to be kind of like starting off this week. And then also we're going to be able to support and nourish our creativity with more focus and determination, right? In order to see things completely through with discipline. And also having like that mental energy, the mental fortitude, because Saturn is going to be making some aspects also. So this week is really here to kind of give us a short break before we dive into December, and also, kind of chill out and give us some hope, I guess you can say, to kind of move forward, to kind of get that light at the end of the tunnel vibe. So starting off on November 28th, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury at 7 degrees in the sign of Sagittarius. And when the Sun and Mercury connect, things become much more clearer. Okay, our mental capacities and our mental abilities increase, and certain matters become a little busier than usual, right? So more meetings, more communication, more movement happens. Mercury rules movement. Mercury rules communication, ideas, our perceptions. So it also rules how we relate to all things, including people. So our interactions with others and our environment is going to be more so on the forefront of our schedules on this day. So this Cazimi moment occurs a few days after the Sun and Mercury have come into conjunction with the South Node. And we talked about that last week. So that is going to be bringing up old insight and old knowledge, right, that we have learned from lessons, previous lessons, and giving us opportunity to put it in action to create wisdom so we can have a different experience. So now that this Cazimi moment is happening a few days after that, during this time, we could really be experiencing some karmic releasing of the past, some revelations brought to our awareness that we were not necessarily, kind of privy to, in a sense. And this is providing insight into our futures by way of revisiting the past. So it's like, oh, I can see what's happening based on what has already occurred. I can see what's to come based on what I've already experienced, because I'm now making different decisions, better decisions that are more serving me, right? So this is going to be very inspirational, right? We are going to be inspired to use that wisdom obtained through those previous experiences in order to forge towards our purpose. Now, it's a busy time also, keep that in mind. So we might have more appointments, more communications, more conversations, more aha moments, a mind full of ideas, various types of communications with others, whether it's through email, social media, talking on the phone, text messaging, visiting, short distance travel, that's Mercury energy. So this is all things that could be coming up. Now, lastly, to talk on this, our minds are going to be much more alert and much more clear, and we are going to be able to adapt to what it is that we are pursuing, kind of like that chameleon vibe that, Mercury and Gemini can bring. Like, we can relate. I'm a Gemini, so I'm just speaking from experience. We can relate very well to our environment, right? It's kind of that chameleon vibe, blending in more so. So more so adaptable to what is coming up and what is being presented to us at that time. So this is going to be really great energy to help us with like resolving problems that we have been kind of trying to figure out and work through. There might be some information that comes in that's needed, that you've been waiting on in order to make a decision for something that you need to do in the future. So all these things could be coming up. Now, on the very next day, on November 29th, we have Mars, which is in Scorpio, making a trine to Neptune, which is retrograde in Pisces. So when these two planets come together, it's like especially in a beautiful trine, right? It's like we're going to be experiencing the deepening of our relationships and embracing our sensual side, becoming more compassionate. Neptune governs creativity. It also is the ruler of unconditional love, right? So this is going to really amplify our abilities to create something beautiful, whether it be through our arts, cinema, photography, music, or even dance. Mars is about movement, right? Mars is about action, it's energy. So being able to pair these two energies together, we will have an opportunity to use our creative pursuits in a very action-based kind of way, and that kind of vibe. So dancing is going to be really favorable at this time, doing something, within the arts. We will be able to move about the world with this sultry energy, and this is going to create us to kind of have the vibe of being like a human magnet, right? So we're going to be drawing in much of what we desire to manifest. Neptune can create anything, right? With visualization through dreams. It's, very magical. So today is really a great time to do just that for whatever it is that you're seeking to do, whether it's to meet someone new, deepening already, pre-existing relationship, or just focusing on, our energy, or our creative outlets in a sense. So practicing these things in an unconditional space, like that Neptune and Pisces energy, like practicing kindness, these things, whether you do charity work or you connect with someone, nice gestures, things of that nature, sharing how you feel towards someone. These things are going to take you a long way on this day. Okay. Now, Moving on to the 30th, right? November 30th, we're wrapping up the month. Mercury, which is in Sagittarius now, is going to be making a sextile to Saturn, which is in Aquarius. And, this all speaks about mental strength, excellent decision-making, clarity of thought, being able to have that intense ability to focus, and focus all of our energies into what it is that we are needing to focus on, right? It's going to be the benefit of the energy on this day. So we could really use this transit to assist us with wrapping up loose ends, whether it's through studying, conducting a business deal, signing a contract, just kind of finalizing something that needs to be taken care of. Now, we may be focusing on long-term investments as well. And that's because Saturn favors longevity. It's about putting something that has been, doing the work, being disciplined, being focused, that's that Saturn energy. So long-term investments are going to be favorable. Because of that longevity aspect. Now, focusing on it could really yield us in a high return, positive return at that. So the energy is really favorable for this, okay? It's also good for honesty and trustworthy communications. So speaking your truth and setting those boundaries that need to be set during this time is key, okay? So also this could help you if you need to finalize a contract or make some type of deal. This is going to go over well. The energy works well for you on this day. Now, if we need to convey a message of truth, today is the day to get that out in the most respectful, transparent, and authentic fashion, okay? Using that Saturn energy to set your boundaries, to state your case, to set your foundation, to, work things out in your own favor. This is great to do so. Now, being able to use our critical thinking and critical mental skills will take us a long way, right? So we are being encouraged with this energy to use the wisdom that we've obtained over time from the lessons that we've learned in order to make those keen decisions that will create favorable outcomes. Being able to have the understanding of where we're going, what we want, what we desire, setting those boundaries and creating that foundation, okay? Now, moving on, we have Venus, which is in Capricorn, making a sextile to Neptune, which is retrograde in Pisces. And this happens also on November 30th. So Venus rules love, money, and all those beautiful things. And Neptune rules unconditional love. So with Venus in Capricorn, our love language is all about stability and being in something for the long run, right? And it has to align to our values. Now, we are focusing on what is here for the good, Now, with Neptune being in its home sign of Pisces, this is teaching us to accept ourselves and others on a more spiritual level, accept them for who they are, love them for who they are unconditionally, right? So that trine aspect between these two planets is going to arouse an experience, for us to really kind of experience our partners more than on a surface level, like getting deep, getting to the soul connection, right? We want to connect with someone that can actually touch our souls, that we can feel like we have a soul connection to, someone that's going to ignite our inner passion as well. Now, if we are in the dating world, this is an ideal time to attract someone that is more attuned to the things that we need, and someone that also has a more compassionate and caring nature about themselves. And so this energy is really about soulmate connection, right? That's kind of what it screams, those vibes. Now, alternatively, this is an ideal time for us to find a good deal in other areas. So outside of like the relationships and whatnot, and creativity aspects of things, because we could also get into like creativity, arts, being inspired in many forms, whether it's through spiritual activities, music, dance, things of that nature, but also using this energy to find a good deal on clothes, jewelry, or maybe even investing in our homes, okay? So whether you're buying like a piece of furniture for your home to kind of give it a upgraded vibe, give it some texture, give it some character, this is a great day to find a good deal on something that you've been searching for, okay? Now, last but not least, also on the 30th, we have the Sun, which is in Sagittarius, making a sextile to Saturn, which is in Aquarius. And this is all about strong work ethic and the ability to really like pursue things with patience, And this is going to give us a chance to really complete things that we need to take care of. Now, we right now we might be displaying like this duty to meet or even exceed our goals, right? Because this is the energy that kind of favors perseverance and whatnot. So we can really kind of capitalize on this energy to take care of a lot of those things that have not been taken care of yet, like wrapping up loose ends before we head into December and then on to 2022. Now, if we are seeking to accomplish goals in a practical way, this will yield those positive results if we do so under the influence of this energy. But we must first trust our abilities, our genius, our skills before pursuing anything of great value, right? So we must trust ourselves. That's what this energy is saying. Hey, trust that you know what you're doing. Get rid of that imposter syndrome. You can get this done. You can complete this. You can forge through. Now we must also take in consideration that the Sun and Saturn are both in the signs that represent a different viewpoint. Okay, so the Sun in Sagittarius and Saturn in Aquarius is all about getting a higher perspective or elevating your consciousness, elevating your viewpoint, your beliefs. So that way it will help you build something that is innovative and forward moving and something that's going to benefit everyone involved. Okay, now Saturn's energy also helps us to stay grounded, stay focused, disciplined, and determined to see things through all the way to the end. Okay, so with that being said, that wraps up this week's energy. Okay, now I will talk briefly right now about the new moon that we have in Sagittarius. It's a total solar eclipse on December 4th. So that is going to give us an opportunity to really set intentions on shifting our beliefs. And I'll talk more about it in next week's, but I just wanted to wrap up November and all that good stuff. So next week's forecast is going to come out just a little bit early. So yeah, I hope y'all have had a wonderful week. I look forward to speaking with you in the chat. Go ahead and drop a comment and talk about the energy and whatnot. And yeah, all those wonderful things. Have a good last week of November. We are almost in 2022. December is going to be interesting. I will let you know, like they all have been for the year of 2021. It's been interesting. So anywho, y'all have a wonderful time. Bye.